Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Prince William's team is facing accusations of stirring the pot after posting an Instagram update just over an hour before Prince Harry's solo appearance at the Well Child Awards in London. Some have speculated this move might have been a subtle attempt to overshadow Harry's event, a notion fueled by claims from insiders. One source told the Daily Beast that such a move could be seen as weaponizing scheduling, a tactic once avoided among senior royals to prevent overshadowing each other in the media. However, a friend of William quickly dismissed these claims, emphasizing that the post was simply part of the usual monthly routine. The friend pointed out that the timing had nothing to do with Harry, adding that the rewind merely highlighted how busy William and Kate had been. Not only was there the September rewind video, there was the helicopter photo op with David Beckham. Royal commentator Kinsey Schofield was asked if the William and Beckham photo would annoy anyone in Montecito. Kinsey said, "Yes, I do think that this is something that will annoy Meghan Markle. After 2 weeks of bad press since Prince Harry's been gone, I just think that she's probably livid right now based on the reaction that she's getting from all of these stories. She's had to deal with that while Prince Harry's been out of town. That's got to be incredibly hard for her. And then to see this kind of victory moment from Prince William, a victory moment that she would tell you it should have been Harry's moment after the Well Child Awards, that would be upsetting to her." Harry was allegedly snubbed from a lavish ball at a top London restaurant on his latest solo trip to the UK, the venue where Beatrice and Eduardo held their engagement party. The Chiltern Firehouse is due to host a masked ball to celebrate its 10th anniversary, but a source told the Daily Mail that Harry has not been invited. They claimed that the guest list had no room for plus ones, and that a source told the publication that Prince Harry was not one of our crowd. Speaking to the Times, commentator Tom Sykes claimed that sources say that Harry wants to leave behind celebrity nonsense as part of reputational recovery. Speaking to sources close to Harry, it's quite clear that he wants to leave behind the celebrity nonsense, recover his reputation as an honest dealer, and become known as a serious philanthropic player. However, it's going to be incredibly difficult, nigh on impossible, to transform back into a credible quasi-royal unless he reconciles with the crown. Unless Harry can switch the narrative away from the kind of tit-for-tat melodrama we've seen this month, he may never be able to find his way back. Royal expert Phil Dampier told The Sun he wanted to have his cake and eat it when leaving the firm. He wanted to be half in and half out of the royal family. He wanted to carry on with his attachments to the military, where he was attached to certain units and certain patronages and certain charities as a royal, but still able to go to America and commercialize other things. And of course, the late Queen Elizabeth made it perfectly clear to him that that just wasn't possible. He couldn't be half in and half out. You can't have members of the royal family exploiting it for cash, basically. He can't start doing jobs that would see him sort of slowly coming back into the royal family. I think we're just going to see him occasionally come back for these one-off events with charities that he's very deeply involved with, and that's it. I can't see any way back for him to be half in and half out. That's just not going to work. He's basically an outcast, and a self-imposed outcast. Prince Harry has made an emotional appeal for people at the top to start listening as he embarked on his solo trip to Africa without Meghan Markle. After a few high-profile appearances in New York and a quick stop in the UK, Harry travelled to Lesotho, marking his first visit to Southern Africa in 5 years. There, he reunited with Prince Siyiso, his co-founder of the charity Sentabale, which supports children and young people affected by HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. At a bonfire event in Lesotho, Harry expressed optimism about the impact of Sentabale's work and emphasized the importance of young voices being heard. "We're hitting the targets. It's making a massive difference. What really needs more work is when people from the top start listening," he said. Harry also enjoyed a warm welcome with traditional dancers and a choir. During his visit, Harry met with Prince Senet Siyiso over lunch. He's expected to engage with business leaders and philanthropists in southern Africa to promote prosperity for young people in the region. This trip follows his brief appearance at the Well Child Awards in London, where he honoured children facing debilitating conditions and receiving a touching gift of crystal hearts from one of the winners, 10-year-old Scarlett Cripps. The gesture reminded Harry of his family, whom he had not seen during his travels. Despite his time in the UK, Harry did not meet with King Charles or Prince William, maintaining the distance in his strained family relationships. Palace Intrigue. We'll be right back. Buckingham Palace found itself in an awkward situation after royal fans noticed a glaring typo in its announcement of Princess Beatrice's second pregnancy. The palace had shared a sweet post on social media featuring 2 photos of Beatrice, her husband, Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi, and their children, Sienna and Wolfie. One of the photos showed Sienna from behind, walking hand in hand with her father and brother. However, excitement was overshadowed by a simple yet embarrassing mistake in the accompanying statement. The post referred to her Royal Highness instead of Highness, leaving royal watchers quick to point out the error. Social media lit up with fans calling out the typo, adding a bit of unintentional humour to what was otherwise a joyful announcement. Sarah Ferguson shared a light-hearted moment with People about indulging in a classic NYC hot dog topped with mustard, ketchup, sauerkraut, and relish, much to the amusement of her companions. She also mentioned her affection for yellow cabs and how the Empire State Building reminds her of an affair to remember with Cary Grant, making it clear that she feels quite at home in the Big Apple. The Crown and Coronation exhibition is currently illuminating Canterbury Cathedral with an immersive light and sound display that brings the grandeur of the royal family to life. Featuring vivid depictions of both past and present royals, the installation showcases over 1,000 years of British monarchy, from King Henry VIII to Queen Elizabeth II. Visitors can wander through the cathedral while viewing projections and footage that celebrate the rich history of the crown jewels. Each segment of the exhibit runs about 5 to 8 minutes, with the entire experience taking around 45 to 60 minutes. This stunning display is part of a larger UK tour, which began at the Tower of London in November of last year and aims to give the public a fresh perspective on the royal legacy in a breathtaking setting. Prince William just showed he's more than a royal figurehead. He's apparently handy with a wrench, too. While visiting Enzo, an eco-friendly tyre company that was a finalist in his Earthshot prize, William lent a hand changing the tyre on an electric car. Quipping that he's changed tyres loads of times, William managed to fit the 17-inch alloy wheel with the precision of a seasoned mechanic. One of the company's sales technicians even joked that the prince could join their team if he has any spare time, dubbing him a professional for his efforts. And there you have it. Please email us. Our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and write us a review or some stars if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have subscriptions and merch available. You can get all those details in the show or episode notes. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.